Okay, Jesse's back. We're gonna go over Path of Exile 1 in prep for tomorrow afternoon. It's around 24 hours from now. Legacy of Phrecia is officially upon us. Last video, I went through all of the teasers, specifically all the Ascendancy classes. I've already basically made my decision here. I want to play Voidforge Vortex again because I've played it for several leagues in a row. I have a good amount of experience with it. I also just enjoy the build. So the wall that I keep running into now is that I don't know what to play as far as the Ascendancy, because it goes without saying that the default Marauder Berserker Ascendancy is made for Rage Vortex. It has the 50% increased rage effect. It has the attack speed per rage. So out of the gate, you already have two nodes that are they're designed for Rage Vortex. It's chef's kiss. The last thing that they announced, the teasers, they announced an additional Marauder class called the Behemoth. Now, other people have already made videos about this, but I will just show this. So the Behemoth has spell skills, deal no damage. Your spells are disabled and rampage. And melee hits count as rampage. So the downside being that you can't use spells. A lot of people have already talked about this. I don't think that we can get away with playing this. I think it would be very interesting, no question, to try to finagle this and make it work somehow. But I just can't do it. Even if you are able to get pretty good raw DPS numbers, you're sacrificing so much by not being able to use spells. So that's all we're going to say about that. That is the final option here for Marauder. And we're like, okay, well, how are we going to play Rage Vortex? Because the Behemoth is a huge disappointment for us. We just can't play without spells. We are going to have to look at the other options and try to figure out what to play. Now, when I was doing a little bit of prep for this, my three choices here, I had three ones that I had targeted. The first are both Antiquarians. The Antiquarian duration and you have no intelligence. This is a very aggressive downside. We can't use Trinity support. We can't use... we have to use dash instead of a more compelling movement skill. I prefer Frostblink. So this is a big downside, and it may be such a downside that we pass on the Ascendancy. But it was either the Antiquarian with our traditional Rage Vortex setup, which we'll go to Celebrate Me Home. Celebrate Me Home, by the way, is my character that I had a video on. So I guess I'll link that in the description. But I have a YouTube video about me doing some content with what I believe is the strongest character I've ever built. And I should clarify that this Rage Storm damage number, if you go into that video and do a little, calculation analysis based on the T17 map bosses, as well as the other in-game bosses that I kill with this exact build, this number is very inaccurate. The Path of Building program does not do an adequate job of calculating the actual DPS of Rage Vortex. I've talked about this before. Basically, the way that Rage Vortex works, if you swing your Rage Vortex, you are doing an attack. However, the Rage Storm lingers for like 5, 6, 7 seconds, right? So most of the time when you're attacking, you just swing once, then the Rage Storm spins around, and that's how your progression goes. On Path of Building, the way that it's designed is it's calculating based on you constantly swinging the Rage Vortex out. Now, I don't know if this raw damage number for the Rage Storm, this may be accurate numerically for all I know. I can't prove anything because this is a complicated tool. But based on looking at my Uber Elder fight and a few other things, and even just like the Shaper fight that I did, I can't figure out what configurations I need to check to make the damage a little bit more accurate. I think one of the problems here is the exerting war cry, this whole situation, having very, very high attack speed messes this up. It causes you don't have full uptime on something like Intimidating Cry, which of course we have full uptime, or Rallying Cry. We do have full uptime on all this. We have full uptime on every single one of these. So these should all be 100%, but I don't know how to configure this to make that happen numerically. So anyways, all that to say, this is such a puzzle. Rage Vortex is freaking sweet. I love it, but it is a puzzle. This is the character that I want to create in the upcoming league. It's where we damage ourselves, we use Vengeful Cry, we get over 120 max rage, we sacrifice that max rage, and that Rage Vortex that we just sent out, that is probably ballparking like 25 million, 30 million DPS. I don't honestly know. Hard to say. And obviously, there are tools in the new Ascendancies that will let us make this build better. However, it's really, really hard to, oh gosh, I'm forgetting my hotkeys. Haven't played in so long. It's hard to recreate the greatness of these two nodes. 50 rage effect. I mean, that's just a lot of more damage. That's a big multiplier. And then the 1% attack speed per rage is really, really important. And so I think that this probably would be the node that we try to get a Forbidden Flame Flesh Jewel for, assuming we're going with Marauder. But I don't know. So let's go back to what we were doing here. Path of Building. We're doing math. We're doing calculations. We're not playing the game right now. So this is presumably what we're going to go with, theoretically. The napkin math nonsense that I tried to put together was here. And yeah, yikes, this is less than a mil DPS, and I'm pretty sure I actually have a Voidforge equipped. Yeah, so this is totally unacceptable from a damage perspective. But I think that it's just so hard to like math the math. And also we're using, so the way that you're able to add a new Ascendancy in Path of Building is by adding an item. And this is using the Ward Adrenaline node, which I don't know if that's actually what would be best for us or not. I'm not a Ward expert. And so one of the things I wanted to do was figure out how Ward actually makes this build better. Does it make the build better at all? I don't know. I think maybe, woof, we try to figure out if there is a non-intelligence required Ward set of items, which all these require intelligence. Ward requires intelligence. I mean, literally all these require int. They require all three stats. But can we maybe use a flask? Can we, I don't know, can we figure out a way to make this work for us? And this is the other problem is I don't even really have that many tools to test Ward with. If I'm not mistaken, I think I do have some Ward bases somewhere. Maybe I sold it all, which would be little did I know when I dumped all of the gear that I had that I actually wanted to use it to test. What a disappointment. That's depressing. Oh wait, we got one. Here we go. We have one Ward item. Let's go. Okay. Well, maybe this is all we need. So we're doing self-damage. Oh, wait, no, this is how we do our self-damage. We need to find another way to do self-damage. Rip. That's okay. I'm pretty sure we have a flask that can do this very job. Yep. We're going back to the beacon. I love the beacon. This is where I test because I love the beach. Okay. Self-damage, self-damage, self-damage. We only have 248 ward. So we don't need to do a lot of damage. Removes 80%. You take 50% of your max life as chaos damage. How much chaos resist do we have? A lot. Okay, well, let's get rid of some of our chaos resist. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Bing, bang, boom. Oh, Flask charges. There we go. Okay, ward's broken. Interesting. Ward is instantly restored after 2 seconds. I gotta say, that is pretty fast. That is a remarkably fast restoration time. 2 seconds is nothing in this game. Interesting. So there's a huge downside with doing this. The downside is that the node says gain ward instead of 50% of your armor and evasion rating from equipped body armor. That is a big downside because we don't actually care about ward as a defensive mechanic. We only care about ward to trigger adrenaline, which, don't get me wrong, adrenaline is really, really good. In fact, it's kind of OP. 100% increased damage, movement speed, 10 PDR. So we have a couple options. So if we want to do our Rage Vortex low life, we're basically doing the exact same thing that we did with our good build. We're going with effectively the same tree setup, and we are losing out on an insane amount of damage. What is happening? How does the math work? Somebody tell me how the math works. All right, so the hit DPS is what is important. So this is a 25% cut in our hit DPS. This is a 13% cut in our hit DPS. So that's maybe a little bit more of what I thought it would be. Gosh, we can't think about Forbidden Flames and Fleshes yet. We're so behind the 8 ball trying to figure this stuff out. I mean, the league starts tomorrow. I don't really have time to cook. I just am going to basically do what I did last league and hope that it works out. That's all I can really do. And I threw this together in 10 minutes. I don't think that this is a good tree at all. We have so many things to correct on here. How do we do self-damage? Are we still using Echoes of Creation? Are we actually getting Sion's Sun's Roar? Is that still the play? I don't know. So let's switch gears and talk about another potential option, which is Night Grip. I showed this on the last video that there's an item called Night Grip, which is the ward item, and it is the one that lets you get flat damage per ward. But the main problem with this item is that it requires intelligence, and so we can't use the duration scaling. So this is a non-starter. It's just we can't do it. So we're not doing ward for added damage. We are only doing it for adrenaline, if we do that at all. So if we're not doing ward for adrenaline, I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here. Literally, I'm just talking out loud. We have to take 4 of these nodes. I don't want to do the thing where I take 2 small nodes. Feels like such a bait, such a gimmick. So maybe we don't get adrenaline and instead go for turtle shell and hits can't be evaded. But the problem with hits can't be evaded is I really, really don't want to deal with 50% reduced dexterity. The amount that we get from crit in our OG good build is pretty good. 50% crit chance with 320 crit multi, roughly. So hitting this node cuts our hit DPS in half, which is a tough pill to swallow. But importantly, this also is benefiting from the Marauder Ascendancy, which has 25 crit mult and 50 increased crit chance. And that's not bad. And 15 increased crit chance from the small node. None of this stuff is bad. This is pretty, all these nodes are good. I'm starting to think that maybe I just shouldn't play this build because the OG Ascendancy is so much better than the options I'm presented with. But I really, really, really loved this build. So I think I am going to do it. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to go hard into percent life. So our amulet here was very good. It had Heartseeker and Tenacity. It was a really baller amulet. I didn't finish crafting it because who cares? I was able to do everything in the game without finishing it. But if I'd finished it, I could have made it better. Tenacity is transfiguration of body. We are a life stacker. We want this node. So it requires 2 golden oils, which is a huge punch in the gut. But maybe some blight friend of ours will drop it, and we'll just use an amulet that way. It's already 2 in the afternoon, and I have other things to do today. We have such limited time to cook. We have to try to capitalize on our window of free time here. Very quickly on the duelist thing, I just was doing the same tree where I get Warcry buff effect. And the one that I was targeting as far as the Ascendancy was the Aristocrat. I talked about this in the last video, but actually the duelist options are not that bad. They're pretty compelling, actually. Gambler, it's funny that no one is really making a Gambler. I think it's because it was introduced first and people kind of forgot about it. But the Gambler is very good. It's sort of got good all-around nodes, like growing, whatever, risk aversion, and overly confident. All 3 of these nodes are very, very good for our build. And so, I mean, like this is not even a bad choice, just based on the numbers. But we can't, the Forbidden Flame Flesh Jewels stuff doesn't help us that much, so we're going to pass. Paladin, also perfectly good for this build. Rage Vortex, we would just take probably nearby enemies take damage, and then we probably would do Warcry's Infinite Power, because it's just a good, modifier on its own. And then I guess we would take Determination and Conk Ground probably. But and then finally the Aristocrat. So this is the one I was taking very seriously. I really tried to math this out. I was using my other computer at the time. I was using my laptop because I was traveling, but quality for Rage Vortex, I thought it would be a huge damage boost for us, but it wasn't as much as I thought. It wasn't as significant as I was hoping. So sacrifice additional rage when creating a rage storm. Oh, I realize y'all can't actually see this. The default is 20%. So if you get to 20 quality, it is 5% additional. So it is 25%. If you take the Gambler, if you take the Aristocrat here and do the family heirlooms shenanigans. What? Windows, what are you doing? Plus 15 quality actually only gives you 4% more rage sacrificed, assuming you have a 23 quality gem. That's what I mathed out. Even if you have an incredible amount of max rage, I still don't think that it's compelling enough. Extra skill points are freaking sweet. Everybody loves that. But again, I just don't think it's good enough. Support gem levels, very good. But yeah. And this also is not, I don't know. This ain't it. Unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this one out. Nope. I'm not doing this one. I have a list over here with my options. And then the last one is the Astral Commander. This is, I think, going to be one of the most played Ascendancies. I did not go over this in my last video because they hadn't released it yet, but this is just an all-around very, very strong Ascendancy. I think it's the strongest Marauder Ascendancy by a lot. There are a lot of nodes that are very, very relevant to our build as well. So we absolutely could have taken this one. The nodes we would have taken is, of course, Ancestral Endurance. This is a super broken node. And then we would take Ancestral Defiance. It's good with low life. Missing Unreserved Life. The unreserved part it makes it a little bit worse, but it's still very good with Petrified Blood. Reduced Warcry speed kind of sucks, but the cooldown recovery rate, I think we would take that just because it's useful. And then we would take Toughened Skin for free cold freeze immunity and so on. And armor from equipped body armor is doubled is also a very, very good modifier in its own right. And so it's like this Ascendancy got the best of the Marauder. I think the vast majority of Marauder players, probably 90% of them, will pick this Ascendancy because of the General's Cry shenanigans and the 3 max endurance charges, which I'm surprised they didn't make it +2 instead of +3. +3 is you're giving some very specific builds like 40% more damage or something insane. Or no, not more damage. It's like, 20% more damage, 30% more damage, but then it also gives like 40% more clear. It gives a lot of AoE and life regen. It's just really good. But nope, that's not our life. We are of a different breed. We play off-meta builds, and I think the Antiquarian is going to be an off-meta Ascendancy. which is like the only thing we play, man. We're off meta players. Off meta. I found a build list. Yoink. Somebody posted this in Reddit, I believe. It's kind of an active added list that has a lot of content creators creating builds, putting their POBs. If you go this is alphabetical order. If you go, you'll notice that there's only one antiquarian. It's funny because I mean, it's not the only ascendancy that seems to be underrepresented. There are a couple other ones on here that don't have a lot. I mean, aristocrat is just one, but yeah. So what I'm saying here is that Astral Commander is by far the most popular Marauder ascendancy because the 3 endurance charges is frankly a little overtuned compared to the other ascendancy nodes that the Marauder or most of the other ascendancies have. So we're using the off meta version. We're using Antiquarian. We're sold on it. We are starting, literally the first node we're picking is Goliath Knuckle for 150 strength. Having that in the axe, it gives us some flat life and percent increased damage, so that's cool. Is it worth not being able to use Frostblink? Probably not, but we're just memeing. We're having fun. The whole point of the game is to have fun. We're just YOLOing. And then I think I'm going to decide literally very, very last minute if going for the adrenaline or going for, I guess, stun and block and 2 small nodes or something is better for us, because who's to say? All right, so let's keep cooking. So we are using this garbage template that I made on my laptop when I was on vacation. We are not using, there's not a single thing here that requires intelligence. Unreserved mana for arrogance is a little bit bugged, which is why this is negative. Our life should be what's reserved, not our mana. Infernal Cry doesn't grant the buff, it just grants, the combust situation. Voidforge doesn't let us deal any non-elemental damage, so we don't have to worry about Fizz Reflect, thank goodness. I don't know how we're gonna get a Voidforge, by the way. We've got our work cut out for us if we think we're really gonna actually farm. Also, why are my power charges and frenzy charges checked? I have no way to generate that shenanigans. No way. And we can't deal critical strikes, so it doesn't matter anyways. So let's look at these items we made for ourselves. I mean, I think that this is gonna be a very nice armor for us. I need to look at the ward stuff a little more. I'm so freaking spooked by the ward. It's the ward. The ward stuff is what is most daunting to me because I have so little experience with it. Is there any ward related stuff? Is there any way to bypass ward if I wanted to do self damage? I mean, this is the thing. This is why it's so insane. We need to hit ourselves in order to proc Vengeful Cry. So how on earth do we deal damage to ourselves that is actually a savage hit? I don't know. Maybe we should just practice Act 1 again and pretend that we have a good build already set up. I did save an actually good build, which is Karn's. I'm pretty sure Karn put this together and did not make any other edits to it. This is the super endgame version, which, so what we're gonna, let's go ahead and maybe go to the leveling guide here and just see. Leveling Act 6, configuration, where's item sets? Super endgame, basic gear. There we go. This is what we want. Honestly, this looks pretty good. This might be what we do to start. So let's configure in Karn's build. Let's type in, get rid of this. You have no intelligence. So this requires 68 intelligence. So we need to go cull some of that. Woof. All right, so we can't use Frostblink. Let's go into the configs to look at this. Cast when damage taken and Battle Mage's Cry and vulnerability. Okay. It's actually not as bad as I thought. Skills. Frostblink, nope. Battle Mage's Cry, nope. Vulnerability, nope. And cast some damage taken, nope. Okay, now we getting somewhere. So the item that he has for Marauder Ancestral Commander, nope. Let's just import Antiquarian with Goliath Knuckle, Whale Tooth Bangle, Turtle Shell, sure, and Conqueror Armor, 1300 ward. Okay, we don't want this kind of armor at all. We don't want this kind of armor. We want life and life. Save. 596 ward. That's much more reasonable. So we need to break that ward and deal 15%. 15% of our life somehow. I think the only reasonable way to do it is the way that we had done it briefly for... no, it's not that one. There's a unique flask, and I'm just blanking on the name. No. List of unique flasks. Am I crazy? I know it exists, because I've used it a million times. Oh, here it is. Okay. It's a mana flask, which is hilarious. 50% of your max life as chaos damage. The self-inflicted damage from this flask counts as being hit. That's big news for us. It's not very hard to get this item. I think we can get it pretty early. On hit. This is the other thing we just need to make sure we're aware of is take 100 fire damage, physical damage taken, physical damage when you use a movement skill. Trauma requires a melee strike skill. We don't want that. Bone Shatter, take 194 physical damage per trauma. I think we're very dependent on Echoes of Creation. I don't think we can do anything until we swap to the Echoes version. So let's evaluate the Echoes prices and see just how long we have to wait to get Echoes. We go to POE Ninja, Economy, Unique Armors, Echoes of Creation. It's pretty much always been in the like 20 to 50 chaos range. I do wonder if that's going to be more or less relevant with the popularity of the Astral Commander, or Ancestral Commander, excuse me. If we go back to the build list, where on earth was that build list? I would be curious in looking at these, just how many use Echoes of Creation. We'll check, we'll poke in on this dual strike of ambidexterity. I'm just curious what they're taking. Ward, adrenaline when ward breaks, your hits can't be evaded. So this is a big ward guy with a big old night grip. Couldn't be us. We are using the duration one and being Mimi instead, which everybody loves that. Not as many are going Echoes of Creation as I had expected. I think Echoes of Creation can be accessed fairly early. You know, there'll be some super like no lifes that will be able to get it extremely early. The crit version is going to be pretty strong, I think. So all right, so that's settled. I think we basically have to have Echoes of Creation in order for this build to function. All right, let's try to level and let's just experiment with using dash. Okay. Let's see if I even remember how to play. Okay. Gosh, I don't remember how to play this game. It has been so long. It's insane how long it's been. Oh my god. I'm getting freaking boned at Hillock. Oops. Don't miss your attacks, you goon. Hillock. Don't do it. Don't do me. I forgot to check the items. I always forget about checking the items. Oh my gosh, it's been so long, I basically forgot how to play this damn game. Okay, that's actually quite good for us. Oh, go away, woman. Go away, please. Oh god, get me out of here. Okay, we remember how to play. Do we remember how to play? Oh my gosh, I keep hitting the wrong hotkey for my I mean, I don't know if we remember how to play or not, honestly. I'm messing up hotkeys. Oh god, we're getting cooked. We're getting cooked. Oh god, we're getting cooked. Bruh. We are getting cooked already. We just started playing again and we're already getting absolutely cooked. Okay, we gotta do, how do we do this again? Fuck. Dude, these guys are a freaking problem, man. Will you guys fuck off? Go away. Fuck. Bro, chasing me to the literal ends of the earth. Alright, am I stupid or am I about to go into the not... Oh no, we're good. Oh my god, there are so many of them. Fuck off. We're so bad. 45-minute Act 1? Anyone? Anyone want a 45-minute Act 1? Bro, we're just going for the maximum... Bro, why does that not... why is that not highlighted bigger on my filter? Oh gosh, we gotta do the filter stuff too. Fuck, we have so much to do. I literally do not have time to do this. I'm out of time. I'm out of time. I'm running out of time. Oh my gosh. We're bad with our layouts too. Our layout mapping. That's not good. Okay. I think I'm not using my leveling filter. That's probably the biggest issue right now. I'm sure there are all kinds of very, very relevant things that have dropped that we're just not picking up. Most notably like a helmet with a red socket and stuff like that. Probably be useful for us to have that. Portobello Road. Oops. Oh, I got yoinked. Okay. What is my quit hotkey? Oh, it's F3. F3. Man, it has been a long time, guys. Why did I get ancestral? I even got the wrong support, dude. What am I doing? What are we doing? Sure. What is my weapon swap hotkey? Bro, I like literally forgot. I forgot all my hotkeys. Oh, what a disaster. Okay. Get out of here, you fools. Fly, you fools. Pretty sure the filter that we're using is super messed up. Ah, God. It's a disaster. Maybe we should fix the filter. Oh, Jesse, maybe you should fix the filter first. Imagine you having a fixed filter before oh my god, we're gonna die too. That is hilarious. Oh my god, get me out. Oh, so slow. We move so slow. Man, our filter is definitely messed up. Well, we're level 6, which is probably way, way more than what we need to be, but no complaints. Get me out of here. Bet you guys don't know what movie that's from. Okay. Oh my god, where am I going? Just not paying any attention. Oh god, we're backing ourselves into a corner. Bro, what is with our filter? We literally haven't found a single helmet. Like, not even one that's off class. Oh my god! Oh, please survive. Alright, just get me out. Get me out of this run. I think we'll stop at Hillock. I mean, not Hillock. We'll stop at Brutus. We will stop at Brutus. Any Brutus enjoyers? Gosh, what a freaking nightmare. Okay. I guess we're just going to have to buy stuff from this guy because our filter is screwing everything for us. Okay, sure. Oh gosh, we're getting dunked on. Dude, we are getting absolutely roasted by this freaking, what is this? Haste aura? Bro, fuck off, man. Okay. Alright, we're doing 0 damage, like actually ZDPS. Holy shit. Like, this is already better than, I don't understand why we're not, oh fuck, we're level fucking 7 still. I mean, I feel like I have not played this game in 6 months? Is that right? I mean, it's just crazy how long it's been. It's been so long. I'm trying to use just natural muscle memory to like recall what's actually happening here. Cause oh my gosh. And I didn't even pick up a Frostblink. I don't even have Frostblink. This is an abject disaster. Get me out. It's fine. It's actually good for us. Should we log? I guess we log, right? Like something's amiss. There's something amiss. Alright. War Banner is good. And Frostblink is also good. Okay. I think we just try to kill chatters, maybe. Maybe that's just the play. Because the freaking rare is like absolutely obliterating us in our shitty little... Oh, okay, wow. Holy shit, we found items. We found gear on the ground. Oh my god, we found so much gear. Oh my god. Huge, huge. Whatever it is, it's freaking massive. Fuck me, dude. All that effort and we're not even going the right way. Woof. Big wolf energy here, bros. Big wolf energy. Okay. Oh my god, look, a life flask. Holy hell, what's happening here? Are we a god gamer? Finding a life flask? Okay. Wait. Fuck. I don't know where I'm going. I'm lost. I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce. I feel like we need a red... Oh shit, dude, are you serious? What the fuck? Amazing. An actual good drop for us. Holy... Gosh, I keep my hotkey memory is just terrible. I keep thinking that P is still open skill tree, but I literally changed that like probably like, I don't know, a long time ago. Muscle memory is not good right now. Primitive staff. There's an essence thing. Oh god. Oh god, dude. What the fuck is this? Oh, what a terrible idea. Holy shit. What the fuck? Dude, we're getting stunned. Jesus. At least we got a jade chopper out of it. What the fuck? A jade chopper that's actually really good. Actually, we want to sell this. Oh my god, get me out. Get me to Brutus. I'm really glad I don't have the timer on for this. Because this has been a rough one, boys. This has been a rough one. Jeez. I'm like... I got a headache from how bad I'm playing. Alright. Let's see what you got, Warden. Where are you at, boss man? Oh my gosh, I was pointing the wrong way. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm thinking we finished the campaign this season, this little Legacy Phrecia. I'm going to target a 6.5 hour campaign finish. Maybe 7 hour. We'll see. Because this is a rough one. We are bad today. I have a little bit of a headache, a little bit under the weather, but it's still no excuse, you know? Okay. All right, that's enough from me. What a disaster. Get me out. What a disaster. All right. Bing, bang, boom.